And this has taken us to one of the less favourably thought of Anderson series, because it's not really fully an Anderson series. You know what I'm talking about? It's The Protectors.
Of course it is.
Lead role, obviously Robert Vaughn. And in previous Fab Facts, we've covered just what Robert Vaughn thought of Dad.
Yeah. We have.
In fact, he was so rude about him that they had to take out an injunction to stop him promoting The Protectors, the very series that he was playing the lead role in. So, who else might have been up for the lead role, Richard James?
Oh,
well, it turns out there's quite a long list of potential Harry Rules, or Craig Bradfords, as the character was originally named. Yes, when Dad and Reg Hill wrote the concept based on Lew Grade's notes, it was going to be Craig Bradford. A lot less heroic than Harry Rule.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, there were lots of potential Craig Bradfords / Harry Rules, including Chuck Connors. The Rifleman.
No, don't know him.
No. Robert Culp from I Spy, who was later the first choice for Commander Koenig in Space 1999.
Oh, right. Interesting.
Yeah. Vince Edwards, who played Dr. Ben Casey. Robert Goulet.
Okay.
James Whitmore.
All right.
Ben Gazzara.
Ah, that's familiar.
Harry Gardino. I could keep going, I will. Paul Burke. Or Frank Converse.
Right, just to give the opposing point of view.
Yes, and Barry Adverse. No, that last one's made up. And one more name that was perhaps the most interesting of all. So,
actually, can I make a suggestion here?
If you must.
Well, Martin Landau?
Would he have been in Mission Impossible at that particular time? When was I don't know, but I don't think he was on the radar. But actually, it's sort of interesting that you say this, because there is a vague connection, probably, to the person who it eventually was, or eventually could have been. So obviously, Harry Rule was played by Robert Vaughn, who didn't enjoy it, and he had shot to worldwide fame in the 60s as the Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah.
However, the star of an even more fondly remembered cult TV series from the same era was in the running to play Harry Rule.
Right.
This particular actor had actually worked with Robert Vaughn in 1964 in a Man from U.N.C.L.E. episode, but from 1966 to 1969 had been rather busy elsewhere, captaining a certain starship. Boldly going where no man had gone before. Yes,
how interesting.
That's right. It was Mr. William Shatner of Star Trek. And he was potentially going to be playing the lead role in The Protectors.
Right.
So, I mean, the thought of an early 1970s William Shatner being in an ITC show, a bit weird, and would have made the series completely different, I think.
Yes.
You could have had Harry Rule doing Shatner's sort of Kirk Fu in fight scenes.
Yeah, I think he'd lose his shirt a lot more often as well.
Yeah, absolutely. A bit more nudity, probably wooing the ladies everywhere.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I think Harry Rule did a little bit of that, but it would have been pretty serious with William Shatner in there.
Yeah.
And it just would have felt like a very, very different series, wouldn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
So there you go.
Interesting.
Long list there. Now, obviously, none of those names got it, and Robert Vaughn did, but do you know why that is, Richard James?
I couldn't hazard a guess.
Well, I can tell you it's because Lew Grade said so.
Really? That simple? Just like that?
Yeah, basically, Lew Grade just cast Robert Vaughn without consulting Dad or Reg Hill or anybody else in the team. Just like, yeah, that's the one, he's having it. And contracted him, so that was that. So actually, there was never any real possibility of the others doing it, because Lew just laid down the law and made the decision himself.
But I think that's always the case, isn't it? I mean, when we come to the likes of UFO and Space 1999, the other sort of live-action series, was there anyone above Gerry's head to enforce casting upon him like that?
Well, Space 1999, yes. So I think UFO, he had the same kind of free reign, really, as he did on all the puppet series in terms of voicing and characters and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But by the time of Space 1999, I think Lew was having a bit more of a hand, perhaps thinking, well, UFO didn't do that well. We need some big names to guarantee success.
Yeah.
And so it was, Lew and the bods at ITC who were driving decisions around Martin and Barbara being in the leads.
There's so many people to please on these things. I remember going up for a part a few years ago now, and the director wanted me, and I think the writers liked me, and the people in the room at my audition liked me. But one person in America wanted someone else.
Ah.
There you go. Didn't get the gig.
Unbelievable.